was like, holy smokes.
Did you used the emergency brake or you just...
I reached in and just grabbed the emergency brake and pulled it. I don't think I even pulled it in park, but it stopped it.
What? It would be so funny if she doesn't know how to use the emergency brake. She gets in her car and she's like, why isn't my car going?
Yeah. Now my car is broken.
This thing is the worst.
Thankfully, the ground was flat enough that it actually stopped. But I was just like, my God. And given I just wanted to get gas and I had to get to work.
That is hilarious.
Thankfully, nobody else was even there because I was there before anybody else actually got to work. So I made it late that day. Nobody asked any questions because I had everything done already. I was just like, hey, I got a story to tell.
That is hilarious. In 5, 4, 3, 2. That was beautiful. Is that James Joyce?
That's just off the dome.
That's a Wade Morgan original.
Come see me on Spotify. Buy it on Apple Music.
Welcome back to the episode of ShinoBroz podcast. I'm Sly.
Woo! Oh, yeah, I'm Wade.
I'm Wiz.
And no, we didn't change. We've been sitting here for a whole week
This
waiting
is
for you.
Definitely on a different day. Not the same as last week.
We just happened to wear the same clothes. This is crazy.
Only brought one change, you know. No more outfits.
So
Boo.
I have a funny story to start us off.
Okay.
I have two. Okay, so first one, I am pretty sure my workplace is haunted.
Yes.
Oh, cool.
So I work in manufacturing, and I do night.
Manufacturing these nuts. Sorry, guys.
I don't want to tell my story anymore. No, so I work night shift. So I'm loading up cardboard on this machine, right? And to my right, there's the visitors room that truckers will come in to get their information, but it's like a room, and there's a door that leads to our warehouse, but that door is locked with you have to have an access key card to get it open. So in that room there's a bathroom in there too. So it's a room and another room for the bathroom. The lights are all automatic. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Even the bathroom lights. However, you have to step in. You have to be in the room. It will register that you're in the room, and then the lights will come on. Okay? So, I'm minding my own business, doing my job. All my coworkers are working. There's only 5 of us at night. Right? 2 are in the front of the building, and 3 are in the back, including me. So, the light goes on. I see it in my peripheral. So I looked over. I'm like, oh, I guess one of the guys is using the bathroom. I look over the other side. I'm checking all for my coworkers. Everyone's accounted for. So I'm like, that's weird. Why would the light just turn on by itself? So I'm like, maybe it was a rat or something. So
Rat? There had to be a big rat.
Yeah. So me, being the adventurous person that I am.
Hey, you're not supposed to be the white guy. You're not supposed to go investigate the weird paranormal things going on.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I went to investigate because
the investigator.
You went into the basement by yourself.
Here it gets funny. It's scary, then it gets funny. Okay.
Nosferatu.
So
Yeah.
I walk in. So I'm looking through the glass first. I'm like looking to see if there's anything on the floor. I don't see anything. So I'm like, maybe it's in the bathroom. So I open the door, I walk in, I don't see anything. I go towards the bathroom. Bathroom door is open, lights off. So I get right in front of the bathroom to take a peek. As soon as I peeked over, the lights turned on. I'm not in the bathroom, so the lights just turned on. And I'm like, no. So I ran to the door, And I just like I tried to yank it over. I'm like, oh my god, why is it open? I'm like, wait, I need my access card. So I'm like trying to find my card real quick. I get out. I'm like swiping for my life. And you know what made it even scarier?
Somebody was in there.
No. So when I have my earbuds in, by the way, because I like to listen to music while I'm working.
Yeah.
I have my earbuds in. I peeked over. Lights go on. Guess what's playing?
Coming in the air tonight.
What?
Down, down, down the road, down the witch's road. And I'm like, oh shit. And so I ran to the door and I'm like trying to open it, but I'm like, oh, I need my card. I'm like, it was scary. If Jason was following me, I would have been dead. If Michael Myers was following me, I would have been dead. It's a real thing. I was like, oh, my adrenaline. Just because the lights came on, first of all, by itself. Because I always have a fear every time like I'm working and I look over and it's dark. I always have a fear that there's a little ghost girl standing there watching me.
For some reason, specifically a ghost girl? You think there's just gonna be a
I don't
ghost
know.
girl in a factory?
It's the first thing I think of.
It's usually, there's actually an interesting note on that, but we'll get to that once you finish your story.
It's the Asian horror.
Yeah. So every time I just pictured
horror.
little ghost girl standing in the dark just watching me. So the one time, so a couple days ago, the lights turned on by itself. I'm like, I'm gonna investigate, you know. So I walked over, I opened the door, no one's in there. Take a peek into the bathroom, lights are off, but then I get like in front of it, not in it, in front of it. Just like I'm against the wall too, because I don't know what's coming. So as soon as I get right in front of it, lights turned on. So I'm like, nope. Ran to the opposite end to get the door back to the warehouse open. I'm like, no. And I'm like struggling for the key card. The only thing I didn't do was drop it, but I was like swiping the car. I'm like, open up, green light. I'm like, boom. And then I walk back in the warehouse. I'm like sweating. I'm like, what just happened? And my coworker like saw me. He's like, hey, Sly, you okay? I'm like, huh? Yeah. I'm like startled. I'm just like, yeah, I'm fine. He's like, look at me. I'm like, I swear. I'm like, he goes, stop recording. I'm like, a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was it's one of my stories.
Interesting. I just want to comment on the ghost girl thing because I thought this was interesting. Have any of you guys been brave enough to do the Bloody Mary challenge?
No, I don't fuck with that.
Okay.
I
No.
have.
So
I like to fuck around and find out. So
I will not. But supposedly, like, you know how it goes. For those of you who don't know, do this at home. No, don't actually do it at home. Listen
it's like Beetlejuice.
Basically. So the way it works best is you place yourself pretty close, look directly into your eyes into a mirror. You have a candle lit next to you or somewhere nearby, so pretty dimly lit, and then you say the name Bloody Mary like 3 or 4 times maybe 5 times into the mirror while you hold that.
Be careful, we got one more.
Yeah. While
Lights
you're
are
looking
on.
dead on. And
Say BM.
yeah, basically. And you're supposed to
Bell
see the
movement.
apparition around you or behind you. Now, there's a bit of a power suggestion there, but what's also interesting, what you could argue as far as evolutionary, is that your peripherals will make something up, especially if you're scared, because it's better to make you double check and look, see if something's there. So your eyes will actually perceive something and make it look like something. But what I thought was interesting is you think it's always a scary girl there, is that you also have that BM story there, which is also a ghost lady. So maybe we can go back.
I'll sleep with the lights on tonight.
Maybe we can go back into my conspiracy theories, and maybe we have that evolutionary trait because there was something there, just like the uncanny valley.
Oh no.
We talk about that? Let's go into that. What is that?
So the uncanny valley is.
Oh, I thought we talked about that on the Halloween one.
I don't think we went into it enough. I think we.
No, I think we
mentioned
did.
it.
We only did
mentioned it, but we
folklore.
didn't go. I know we did the folklore. I mentioned it. I don't know if we spoke about the specific uncanny valley is. It's more known now, but it's the in between where you're making something fictional, like a CGI character or drawing a character, and you can draw it just so darn perfect. But there's this theoretical valley of it reaching reality. Like, trying to get it in the screen. Here's your super realistic art. Here's reality. Everything in between is the uncanny valley. And that's where our sense exists to understand that something isn't real. So we say, or maybe the theory is, the reason that exists is because, like I pointed out in the Halloween episode, if you're not familiar, subscribe, find the video, is that in every single folklore, there is some kind of malicious creature that could take the form of a human. My theory is that those folklores are right in some way, and that we created an evolutionary trait to be able to tell things that are trying very hard to be human, but are not actually human.
Mm.
Yeah, and I don't know. I can't remember if we talked about it in the Halloween episode, but whenever you said that, it reminded me of like the analog horrors.
Yeah,
with like the
I think you did
alternates.
That's right.
mention
Yeah, you
stuff like
mentioned that.
Yeah.
because
The alternates.
I don't know if I can mention every single one, but I think it was recently I was hearing about some like African folklore about some shapeshifter thing that could take the place of a human. There's
You know what we gotta do?
Skinwalkers, there's Odin, there's the Green Man or the Green Knight. You guys may know
The Green Man.
the Green. Yeah,
The Green Man.
Looks like we're doing the Renautica, whatever it's called, app tomorrow.
Oh God, no! I didn't bring my weapons.
No, yeah, I don't want to do that.
No,
Boo.
we're playing Magic. the
I'm not
Gathering.
even afraid of that being like spooky supernatural. I'm like afraid of that leading us into like places I don't want to be, like bad neighborhoods and stuff like that.
That's fine. It's all fake. We'll keep it in a 10-mile radius. How about that?
Still
mean,
not
that's-
better.
There can be sketchy things 10 miles away.
Let's find it then.
No, I want to be brave.
White people.
Wait, the white people are the ones supposed to be jumping in the basement like, oh, that was a noise. Let me go investigate it. And then gets mauled. Let me go investigate it. Sees blood splatter from that section of the room. No, I'm not doing that. But apparently he's brave enough to go investigate and see ghost ladies in the dark rooms.
I'm not a virgin anymore, so I can't be the final
Sacrifice.
girl. I can't. I can't be the final girl.
I don't think you were there. No, I think it was me, Thrash, and Jericho, and an old colleague back in the day. We went to the abandoned is it Glass? Where me and Samson did our last dance video.
Oh, I know which one you're talking about. Where you guys had
Last
this,
Dance
the same sweat jacket and everything.
Yeah. The abandoned
Factory.
Around here
Factory,
or in North
yeah.
Carolina?
no, here.
The glass factory?
Yeah.
I don't remember that. Did I shoot it?
No.
Oh, okay.
I don't think
That's
you were
probably
with
why
us.
I don't
But
remember.
no, well,
I think it was Thrash was there.
when like it was definitely, I think it was long ago. It was like 6 years ago when Thrash came with us to take pictures for us. I remember walking in. It was kind of sketchy, creepy vibe feeling. First time being in there, and the further you walk back, there's some cool spots in there, but like just seeing like the emptiness and with like broken stuff everywhere,
Yeah.
it's kind of eerie.
The broken glass.
And then I remember,
Glass factory.
yeah, and I remember when we came back, like we were leaving, there was people that showed up, and
Oh yeah.
yeah, there was, but they weren't like kids like us, like hanging out or whatever. They're like workers or something. They were doing something, and like we all kind of like hid because we were like, are we gonna get in trouble if they catch us?
Oh yeah.
But at the same time, like, what are you guys doing up here? Why do you have a
And they
pickup
busted
truck?
out the dance moves.
Actually,
I don't think you were with us.
no, I wasn't with you, but I have another time that I was going to talk about. I think it was around that area too. This isn't necessarily like spooky or anything like that. It was weird and kind of cool. Me and my cousin Rachel, we went there and we were like going through the glass, like picking up, seeing if we could find cool stuff in the glass and stuff like that. And that was the first time I've ever been there. I didn't go to a building though. We were kind of like out in the woods or whatever. So it might not have been the same place, but there was like it was kind of an overcast day in fall and maybe like the end of summer because there was still some green in the forest and stuff like that. But I remember she went off this way and I could still hear her like walking around, and I was walking around and you could hear like, you know, nature sounds and stuff like that. And then I look over and there's like a perfect tree outline of where like you could see, it was almost like a window. And then on like beyond that, there was like a field. And I remember it was like tall yellow grass. all like golden yellow grass, and it was like open. There was no trees there, and sunlight was beaming down on it. And you know, I had went over and I was like, well, this is cool. And then I stepped into that field, and I swear all the nature sounds stopped, and like I walked a little bit out into the field and stuff like that, and it sounded like everything was so quiet besides like me touching the grass and stuff like that. And like it was just sunny, perfectly yellow. I wish I would have taken a picture of it because it looked like completely different than everything around me. And then I just remember being there, and I got like a weird feeling, not bad weird, just like a uneasy, like something was different feeling. And then I walked back like into the foresty area, and I think I might have called for her too, and she didn't come or whatever. And then I walked back in there, and then like all the regular like crunches of walking around and everything. And I went and found her, and I was like, hey, did you hear me calling or whatever? And she's like, no, I didn't hear you. And she's like, I didn't know where you went. And I was like, there's like a weird, like, almost looks like a portal over here.
Yeah.
And she looked, and she was like, oh, that's cool. And then we both walked in and you know, walked around the field for a little bit. And she said like it sounded like everything was just like quiet, and like we were in our own bubble in that area. And then we just
you could have had a paranormal experience. Could have been like Pan's Labyrinth or something,
like fairies going around or something like that. There wasn't anything. I didn't see any bugs. I didn't hear any birds.
Have you been back there? Have you been back there since?
No.
We should go.
Should it probably be even more?
I'm looking for something.
I don't
weird
remember how to get there. I think it might have been at the college.
AC?
Do you park at the college? Yeah. Do you park at the college and then walk?
No.
Where do you?
The factory that we went to was completely different.
It might not be AC. I might be blending where we shot the one video.
Yeah. The place we went to, it was a hike. It was a very long hike, but it was worth it for the scenery. But we had to go up like this mountain to get to the broken down factory.
I remember parking in a parking lot that had like bigger vehicles, like bigger construction vehicles or something like that. You'll have to take me to where it is, and then I'll see if it's the same.
Remember,
or I'll ask her
we went to
an
abandoned place once for a different video back like 5-6 years ago. I don't know if you remember it, but I remember you helping me shoot.
Was that the train yard?
Yes.
Yeah, that's not where I'm talking about.
Not that. Okay.
But I'll ask her to see where exactly we went, or it might have been. I swear it was around the glass factory because we were looking in the woods for pieces of glass.
I don't know, because I feel like
I'd be down to go back there.
You can find it.
To go back.
Yeah.
I don't think it was spooky though. Like I just think it's weird.
You're not looking hard enough.
Like it looked like a fairy portal or something like
disrupted
that. You know what
nature.
I mean?
That's why you got me intrigued.
We got to go tomorrow. We got to go tomorrow.
Research.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm seeking adventure.
Want to play cards?
Yeah.
We can do that after. Arkham doesn't open till 4.
Why would you play with cardboard with fairies on it when we could go play with real fairies?
Yeah.
Dragons.
Well, then we might see a dragon there too.
All right.
But no, that was.
Do you guys think dragons are real?
That's not.
Yes.
Yeah, but not in the way that they're perceived.
Kimono dragons?
Yeah.
Boo.
Like
No,
I think that
flying fire breathing dragons are real.
I don't think they are real. I think they were real, possibly.
Or I still think maybe, it could be an Uncle R situation that the last dragons are just hidden.
Oh yeah.
Some people think that they were dinosaurs.
I remember seeing
Well, apparently a
didn't watch
velociraptor is just like this big.
Yeah.
I found out
3 foot
yesterday.
tall.
Yeah,
You found that out yesterday?
Yeah,
I got disappointed a long time ago. I want the Jurassic Park raptors to be real.
I was going through reels, and a video was like, you know how big a velociraptor actually is? Oh, I'm intrigued. How big? And he was like, well, that's big. You can just punt it. And I'm like,
Yeah. No,
So my whole life's
like
been a lie. This is why I don't watch Jurassic Park anymore.
there is like
Oh,
a raptor that's different that the Jurassic Park ones are based off of.
Yeah.
That is real, but it's not a
Interesting.
velociraptor. But anyway,
So dinosaurs are just fake?
it was a YouTube video that I saw the thumbnail for, but I didn't watch it, and I want to watch it. I might have put it in my save later or something like that. But it was, remember that time Discovery Channel just made a bunch of shit up, and it had like the famous mermaid,
Yeah.
and like they did that whole like thing on dragons, where they did like a whole documentary on dragons and how they breathe fire, like in different cultures, dragons and stuff. It was cool.
It was fake.
But it was like they did, they did like dinosaur reenactments of like mythical creatures.
Have you
That's
guys ever
hilarious.
seen that show Grimm back in the day?
No, but I know what it.
The Adventures of Billy and Mandy?
No, that.
Yeah.
No, it was this interesting kind of, I guess you call it a mystery show, but it had all of the basically grim fairy tale creatures as well as some others there, but they were like secretly humans. But they had an episode, they did a kind of fun twist on why they were like fire breathing dragons. It was that these dragon creatures were actually converting the fat that were in themselves and like breathing it out to create like a gas that was around and then able to ignite it. And that's how it made the fire. So that's kind of cool.
yeah.
Like try to put a biological spin on it is you're just burning your fat off, breathing that out, and then igniting that gas.
Interesting.
Yeah, thought that was cool. But I don't know, maybe dragons are real. Maybe they were
That was a
dinosaurs.
dragon. That was a dragon in How to Train Your Dragon, wasn't it?
Maybe, I don't know.
Wow.
Actually, never
One
watched
of
How
it
to
was the
Train Your
two-headed one, wasn't it? Oh, spoiler alert! It was a two-headed dragon that I think
I heard my
releases
favorite
gas,
comedians
and
in
then
it.
the other one ignites it.
That
How to Train Your Dragon is awesome.
I've heard it's a good.
I-
I've heard it's got my favorite comedian Craig Ferguson in it too. Shout out.
Yes.
I need to
Yeah.
watch it all, but I don't know. I don't like how a lot of the dragons look. So
It's
that's
goofy.
Yeah, it's a
they're
goofy.
stylized.
They're not
Yeah.
gonna be Game of
No.
Thrones dragons.
I want Game of Thrones dragons. I want American Dragon Jake Long.
And what are you talking about? Freaking Toothless.
That's the only cool one.
I
But he's
have-
toothless
Yeah, I have. He's not toothless.
anymore.
They
Spoiler!
they retract.
Oh yeah, that's right.
No,
Spoilers for
I
like
have
a decade-old movie. Plus.
yeah, I have a soft spot for Toothless because watching it, Toothless was, I'm not gonna say any more about
You
it,
can
but
say
Toothless reminded me of my cat Pepper.
Ah.
Like, Toothless was my cat,
Aw.
but I recommend watching them.
Yeah.
Hell,
no,
we'll have
I-
a movie night if you want to.
No, that'd be
I'll
cool.
watch it again.
I gotta get back into my zone, man. Gotta keep my programming on. For anybody out there watching, eventually, soon enough, there will be a free-to-play Tron game on the App Store for Android.
Oh yeah.
Why not for Apple?
Because you have to spend $100 a year to code anything for Flutter, which is iOS coding, and put it on freaking App Store. And then you just hope that you make that money back. It's
I could
terrible,
probably
terrible
emulate.
You
system.
can make that money back if it does well on the.
On Android? Yeah, we'll see. I don't have. If I
You get-
were to
you-
make any money
you
off
get
of it,
them-
I'd have to put ads in.
You
I
get
will
them
say-
with the ads and the microtransactions.
Put no microtransactions in Tron.
Yeah.
It's
No,
enjoy.
he
Make it-
has dignity.
I do have dignity.
Boo! Screw dignity.
Can
Get
you-
rich.
I
Can
would
you
do
use Tron?
Can I use Tron?
Yeah, isn't Tron like, especially Disney, like,
Oh yeah, it's Disney
So
property.
you have
if
to change it
it's-
to like,
If it's, I would probably, if I actually put it on the App Store, I'll have to change it. Where I'm just gonna host it right now is be on GitHub, where it's
I
actually
hate
gonna,
copyright laws.
yeah, or it's gonna be protected by just fair use, because me just doing a personal project.
yeah.
How does that work?
not
How does
making money.
copyright laws work, especially
Well-
from different countries? Like,
You can thank Disney for it being all convoluted.
okay, but
That's true.
but here's the thing. Here's the thing. The laws in America work in America.
I think is where certain content is created. I think that's what matters, because I know what you're going with, because you're thinking the Power World Pokemon thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know either in that regard, because I know that's very weird.
Aren't they?
So what I'm saying is like,
aren't
okay,
they both
what's
Japan,
stopping?
No, Power World's not Japan.
What's stop?
though? Well, who made that?
I think Power World's is actually made in America, but carry on.
It's like, okay, so my example would be, okay, over here we have Disney, all right, Mickey Mouse. So what we know, what's stopping China from taking Mickey Mouse and calling it like Billy Bob? Like, what's stopping them from doing that?
I think the extent that they've done to hold on to Mickey Mouse, like the whole character, his image, and all of that likeness, like you often see the copyright likeness. that they'll hold on to. But China does do knockoff things, like they'll make Shork or something, and instead of Shrek, it's that and he's blue.
What I'm saying is, like, how does suing other countries work? You know, like, all right, so let's say a off-brand wannabe amusement park wants to start their own amusement park. You know, China gave them the okay. They're having their own park. Now they have a mascot, and instead of Mickey Mouse, it's Bicky Bouse. Right?
Yeah.
Same everything, just
What's
different.
a Bouse?
Just different names. What's stopping Disney from suing them? And can they do it?
I don't know, honestly. That's
Yeah,
a good
I don't
question.
know either.
I would have to do some more research into that. I'm not litigation, man. I'm a nerd.
Yeah. So I'm
not a lawyer.
No,
I want to know how this copyrights work, so I can find the loopholes and use it for myself.
Because like if let's say I create an intellectual property, I've got it copyrighted and whatnot. It's here in America, and then somebody in China likes it and they want to make it. How can I use American litigation to go after somebody in China? I don't know how that would work.
Yeah. See, so
I don't know. I don't know. Whoever my lawyer is would be able to do that unless.
and technically, Pokemon is
there's no,
Japanese
like,
owned.
There's no like worldwide respected law, you know.
Yeah.
There's different laws. Like we have similar laws, sure, but there's different laws for whatever country you're in. As far as I know, maybe we're all just sounding really stupid out there. Maybe there's some law student watching this podcast later on, being like,
That's an easy question, guys.
Let us know.
"Let us know in the comments
if you get an email. Yeah, in the comments.
I get sued. Here's how it works. I'm suing you. You've been served. Oh, okay.
Actually, I've had a podcast called ShinoBroz with a S, and it's been going strong.
Shut up.
You copied me.
I've checked everything. You have nothing.
How did you come up with that name? I don't think I ever asked that.
I'm
Am I
about-
allowed to ask that?
Should I give it away? Should I give it away?
you don't have to.
You know, wait till 100th episode.
Yeah.
You know what? Let the rumors out there. How did Sly come up?
How
with
do you think?
ShinoBroz?
You get an email from something called ShinoBroz that they're like, this is awful close to RIP.
I mean, me and Jericho came up with it together.
Okay.
So we'll leave it at that. We'll leave it
Also,
at that.
That was this podcast mention of Jericho. Everything. Everything.
Did we mention last
We did,
episode?
we
Yeah, we
Did we?
did.
Dang it! Every episode, it just happens.
Every episode, got
He's
it.
here with us in spirit. He's not dead, but
Always.
he's
He was co-creator.
yeah.
And now he's busy.
He lives closer now, and he still has only been on the pod like twice.
The man's busy. He's starting to like.
I think he got
adulting out.
recast. It's just after he had a season finale and he got written off.
No.
I'm kidding.
You're right. It was the pilot season. He got off in the pilot season.
And then the wedding was it. It was
Return.
yeah. No, he'll be back. We're just figuring things out right now. I think we got a lot of stuff going on. You guys have any funny stories of just people you encounter in the real world?
I'm a nerd. I don't go outside.
I have one. Okay, I didn't actually talk to this person.
I was gonna say I don't think I do. Most of my funny stories are just people being ignorant.
Yeah, I
At
think
work, but-
mine are just now my current over consciousness.
Okay, let me rephrase that. You don't have to. All right, it's not something
This.
because I didn't talk to this
Oh,
person. Just any funny encounters you just witness, and you're just like, that's hilarious, and no
got
involvement whatsoever.
I got one.
Let me. I'll go first. So, every day after work, I usually stop at a gas station to get gas or
Ironic,
something.
mine takes place at the gas station. Carry on.
What?
So I.
You get gas at the gas station?
No, I get quarters. So, anyways, after I got gas, I went to the bathroom. Right, washing my hands. I see this guy.
Before or after?
I'm washing my hands. I didn't use the bathroom, but I just wash my hands after I'm like touching the gas pump,
Oh,
and then
okay, yeah.
leaving. I like to wash my hands after because I'm like touching the gas pump.
I got.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel better just washing instead
Yeah.
of rubbing the.
Soap and water.
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
So I'm washing my hands. I see this guy run into the stall. Like, I'm talking white chicks, move, bitch. Like, he ran in. He ran. I'm like, oh. So I'm like intrigued. So I'm like, okay. I'm like, this guy he's really gotta go. I'm like, I wonder what's gonna happen. This man was ready. Like, when I tell you he had to go, like, it was. I'm washing my hands, and then I see over the stall, his pants just flipped over. This man took his whole his pants just completely off. I'm like, oh, he's raw dogging that toilet. he took his pants off and flipped it over.
Didn't
it's
even
serious.
put down the toilet paper.
No, he definitely raw dogged that toilet. There's no way. He ripped off his pants, flipped it over the stall door. Still washing my hands, and I knew it was my time to. It was my cue to leave when I heard trumpets. And I'm telling you, this man, it was trumpet. Like he was about to wake up the military. That's what I was like. Okay, yep, I'm leaving before I start smelling things I don't want to smell. But yeah, I tried not to laugh. As soon as I saw those pants go over, I'm like, oh, he's gotta go. He done ate a bad burrito or something. It was. She just hear the. Yeah. So that was the highlight of one of my days.
Mine's a little bit different. So back when I used.
One, by the way.
No, it's good. I hope it happens at a gas station too, because that's where mine took place.
No, but
so. Back when I used to work at the water park, you guys know what I'm talking about. I used to be in charge of pool cleaning. Now, to do that as a supervisor, you had to be there earlier than anybody else. The pool cleaners were showing up at 7:30, so you had to be there at like 7 or 6:30 in the morning. I usually got there at 6:30 because that was also a retrograding thing, so it was more digital and whatnot. So I'm tired. I don't want to be there. I'm on my way over. I have to stop over for gas at a 7-Eleven. Wait in line for a second because there's only 2 pumps of this tiny one. I'm about to pull in, and then somebody just cuts me off, pulls in there. I'm like angry now. I'm about to step out and like getting this person. Apparently, the guy who's on the other side of the pump was the girl who cut me off's boyfriend, who girlfriend steps out and they just have like the biggest argument, like shouting and yelling right in front of me because apparently she wants to really take it to the next step and like get married and all that, and he's like about to leave her, and she's like walking him down as he's trying to drive away in the whole 9 yards, and he's just yelling, so that's it, it's over between us, there's nothing left, right? How could you do this? And the whole time I'm just waiting there like, can I get my gas yet? And then I just started to notice her car starts to roll a little bit. She didn't put that thing in park. I was like, oh shit. So now I'm going to run over, try to stop her car. I'm like, ma'am. She's still chasing her boyfriend down, doing like the end all of relationship arguments. I'm like, oh my God. I reach in because she had the window open.
Your insurance won't cover this, ma'am.
I like cranking the brake before it hits the next gas pump ahead of us. I was like, oh my God. Eventually she comes back. At that point, I just drove to a different gas station. I was just like, it's not worth it. This is a cursed pump. I
would have been petty. I would be like, you're welcome, bitch. I just saved you insurance money.
I didn't know how to interact with this girl because like she looked like she had just rolled out of bed. Like she was not even like mismatched dressed and everything. She was bawling her eyes out. I was like, oh my God.
Wait, did she see you get
I don't think so. She was like you've seen those videos on Instagram or whatnot where you have like the girl punching the glass. That's what she was doing. She was literally grabbing this guy's like side view mirror and then like pounding the windshield with her other hand while she was yelling at him, and he's yelling back and all this stuff. I was like, holy smokes.
You used the emergency brake or you just...
I reached in like and just grabbed the emergency brake and pulled it. I don't think I even pulled it in park, but it stopped it.
What? It would be so funny if she doesn't know how to use the emergency brake. She gets in her car and she's like, why isn't my car going?
Yeah. Now my car is broken.
This day is the worst.
Thankfully, the ground was flat enough that it actually stopped, but I was just like, my God. And given I just wanted to get gas and I had to get to work.
That is hilarious.
Thankfully, nobody else was even there because I was there before anybody else actually got to work. So I made it late that day. Nobody asked any questions because I had everything done already. I was just like, hey, I got a story to tell.
That is hilarious. I hope she did not know how to use her brake. Emergency brake. Either that or she gets in and it's like, who touched my car?
It was the most
my car haunted?
wild end of relationship argument I had ever seen in person. It was just like flat out in public. Like this was a busy gas station.
That
There
means
was
she-
multiple intersections, heavy traffic, people coming down, and people all around this 7-Eleven. I don't even like. I was so in tune to this argument that I didn't even know what other people around me were looking
Where's this
at.
getting
We were all
gas?
just like,
He's missing the hole. He's just, huh? That's crazy. Just spilling gas on the floor.
Yeah.
like I'm pretty sure even the clerk was probably over there going like, "What the hell?"
That's crazy.
That was my wild interaction.
That's crazy.
The gas station was getting robbed. He's like, hold up. This is the good part. He's like, how much you want? Okay, hold on. That's wild. That means she like got off her car quick. She didn't even.
Oh, she did.
Yeah,
she
didn't even
was
put it in park.
booking it. Like I'm telling you, she was still in like a tank top and like sweatpants, probably like flip flops or sandals. I remember. I don't think she even like did anything when she woke up. She probably woke up, saw the guy wasn't there. God knows what happened beforehand. She just hauled ass, saw this guy at the gas station, and then just laid in that I got to see. It was better than anything you've ever seen on any sitcom or movie ever. I was like, whoa, there's some drama here.
It's funny
Just
when it's
buy
not
some
happening to
popcorn.
you.
It is funny when it's not happening to me, but wow.
That's hilarious.
All right, wait, follow it up.
Oh, mine's not that bad.
Mine
Mine was in a bathroom, and it wasn't even that. It was more probably awkward for the person in the bathroom than it was for me.
What were you playing on your
It
phone?
wasn't that. No, I remember having to go to the bathroom. It might have been at the convention that I said
Okay.
we went to.
Nerd.
I think I just went in, I had to go pee, and as I walked in, it was like the smell hit me, and I was like I don't know what. I just go in there and I smell that, and I'm like, something smells like shit. And as soon as I turned around, I saw feet in a stall, and I was like, shit. Oh, oops. And then that was it. Like I just sang that it smelled like shit in there while the person who smelled was
just shaming them for taking a shit.
Yeah.
I feel like that's halfway appropriate though, because you were cosplaying as Hux.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
It's Comic Con. It's Comic Con. It's on brand.
Well, local Comic Con.
Yeah.
One of the
Tsubasa-con.
conventions. I feel like
Dressed as Husk from
to go to a nerd convention like that, like all together, and you want to make some content, that's where it's going to happen. There's some crazy things that happen at conventions. I know you can back me up on that.
Yeah.
Each one is different. They have their similarities. You got your art alley, you got your celebrities and whatnot, but you see some weird things there, and sometimes they're memorable.
Yeah.
Going
I'd
back.
like to go. Do you think you would go to a convention?
Yeah. I mean, I've been to one.
Which one?
Would you
Which
do
one
the
have you
whole
been
to?
dress up and everything?
Huh?
Steel City Comic Con.
Oh yeah. But
But
we
didn't
only
really
went
dress
one
up.
day.
Yeah, we didn't really dress up.
No,
I've yet to go to an actual event and stay for the duration of it, but Steel City Comic Con is the only one I've been to, and that's where I got my car. The front of my car hood thingy, someone ripped it for some reason. It's
Oh,
a cool
yeah.
thing.
Well, there's one in March. It'd be cool if we could all go to, depending on how things look for
Is
me
it in
at that
Richmond?
point. Yes.
Yeah. I was gonna
Sick.
ask you guys. I mean, this doesn't have to be on the pod or whatever, but I wanted to ask you guys if you wanted to go to
I want to go to the one with
I
the water
forget
park.
What it's that's the one I'm talking about. Colossal Con.
Yeah,
Colossal
I know exactly where that
Colossal
is.
East.
Okay.
Specifically, that one in the
That'd be a cool
Poconos.
trip. That'd be a cool trip. I'd be down. I know two people that compete and have even judged over there. One of them who even made a trip. So yeah, I'd get my people together for that too.
It is expensive, and I think
When
it's
I
more
land on
expensive
when
than
I land
other
on my
ones.
feet, I'll be down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is
When
a little
I
more.
land on my feet.
It is a little more expensive, but I think it's more. There's more to do at that one, and I think we have to have rooms by December. So that's why I was like asking now. Yeah.
Wait, half
I
rooms
mean,
by.
if y'all got
this
faith
December.
in me, loan. But
Yeah. No.
Man, I'm going to
have no
Disney in
problem.
December. I don't know if I can swing that, honestly.
Just a thought. Just a
a
thought.
We'll see.
I mean, you could always have somebody
And
cover it
we
and
can-
then forward the funds later too.
You don't need to pay for it. Then you just
Book it.
book it, and then it. I think she said that it doesn't cost anything to as long as it's like a month ahead or whatever.
I'm down.
Because the actual the actual thing is in June. It's either June or July. What?
Let's see.
Yeah, we'll figure it out later.
Okay, yeah.
But
Just
I know you've got your onesies. Would you cosplay at all? Have you ever thought about like actually doing a big time?
I've
outfit?
cosplayed before.
what have you cosplayed as?
Tokyo Ghoul.
Oh, that's
Kaneki.
right.
I've done Kaneki. I've done just an Ombu Black Ops. I have the classy cloaks. It's a lazy one, but I have the headband and the classy cloaks of
you can't
Itachi.
get wrong.
I also have I had the eyes too, so
Yeah, because you're Asian.
yeah, you know. The Sharingans. The Sharingans. You wait till I'm done.
Oh shit, playing patty cake.
That was too easy. It's too easy.
Would we do a group? Because now I'm conflicted. Now I got 2 groups that I could do group cosplays with, and I don't know.
So if I,
I mean, I'm sure
if
they
I
would
got
be
my
okay with
pe-
it.
if
I'm
I
sure.
got my
I'm sure
people-
our side will be random.
I've got 4 years with this group, so I'm sure they won't mind like me not being like part of their group.
Yeah, I mean, if I do my people, they're like they go really, really hardcore for it and compete and all of that. They both make content around it and everything. Like I was a photographer for them, so
Yeah.
some of them make money off of this stuff. So they'll probably go absolute balls to the wall off of an anime character. Usually, one of them likes Fire Emblem stuff. She got an award for doing stuff from Monster Hunter. Another one does stuff from anime or video games, whole 9 yards. Me, I'll probably just do the Tochi cosplay again. Although, if I'm doing that again, I will actually shave. I'll tie the hair back. I'll put on the wig. Do everything like that. But I gotta get in really, really, really good shape for that. And I will take that as the challenge.
You got time. You could do
I
another
got
one.
that. And then I really, really want
It's
to
a
get...
3-day
Oh, yeah,
convention.
I could do it. I
Yeah.
could do it. And you said it's not till June, so that gives me plenty of time.
Yeah, I have to see the exact date that it is. Dates that are.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Yeah.
But
But like I said, if you guys are interested, let me know, and then we can book a room. And then if you like something falls through or something like that, it doesn't hurt to.
yeah, we'll see.
Cancel it.
We'll figure it out. But I think yeah, big time group cosplay. Even if we can't get everybody together, like I sincerely doubt Chris would be interested in doing something like that. Yes, we'll mention him too, just like Jericho. We could probably still get some people that would enjoy it. But yeah.
Get Samson to be Static Shock.
Oh, Stamson would love
He
that.
wants to do it. Did he do anything for Halloween? He said he was
I
gonna do it this Halloween, but
don't know.
I think I saw him do it.
I haven't seen. Yeah, I haven't seen anything of him like putting anything together or anything like that. So I don't think he did it.
What would you guys say?
He would be a good Static Shock though.
He would be a good Static Shock. What do you guys say is your like favorite nerd thing? Speaking of like, what would you find at a convention? Because for me, I like going and looking at all of the people and the things. But then the easy thing for me would be I can just bring my Magic the Gathering decks, and I'm gonna be able to find a tabletop like room or something. I'm gonna be able to battle some people.
Power Rangers, Pokemon, Lurkana.
There was a
Ice
guy
Too Much
dressed
for me.
up as a Green Psycho Ranger at the
That's
at the
cool.
convention I went to.
That's cool.
Yeah, he
I-
made a legit looking one too.
I'm gonna put this out there because if I can't do it, I want someone to do it. I want to do a fan
Film.
film eventually one of these days. If I ever am financially stable enough to make a fan film, I wanted to do Tommy Green Ranger versus the Green Psycho Ranger.
That would be cool.
I have the whole thing in my head. I have the script in my head. I'm just like, I just need the suits.
You know, if you get a really good script written up, you could reach out to like Bat in the Sun to do it.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see.
Well, at least they have the people. But if you need a fighter, I got you.
So I'm going for Green Ranger versus Green Psycho Ranger. That will be. I have one of these days. I'm putting it there. What's the day? November 16th, 2024. Let's see how long. Let's see how long it takes before either I make it or someone hears this and makes it.
See, my only big goal that I have is eventually I want to make a ShinoBroz Kitsune Souls-like. But that's gonna be a lot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So that I'd have to learn all kinds of stuff around, and that would be a game I would actually put on Steam if I got it done. That'd be a lot of coding though, because I would do it all by hand, and it'd all be one man.
We have so much
I would
ambition
one of my goals, I guess, because I like Godzilla would probably be one of the things that like at a convention I look for. It used to be Pokemon cards, but Pokemon is
It's oversaturated.
too far. Yeah, it's off the deep end anymore. But Godzilla is probably the most that I look at conventions for and stuff like that, or just like little
Kaiju.
yeah, stuff like that. And I would say something that I've had in my head, like an idea floating around. I want to make a short film, maybe. It'd probably be a short film. I don't know how long it would be or anything like that, but I want to make like an old school kaiju movie. Like people make a kaiju suit, and then maybe like either like an Ultraman style to fight it, or I don't know exactly if it's going to be like monster versus monster or humans versus monster or something like that, but I want to make a suit, a kaiju suit,
Like
make
you,
a movie
like
around
you
it.
custom make it like yourself, not something already pre-existing.
Like
So you
like
make
not
up a whole
going to
new
Spirit
monster?
Halloween or something like that, making a original monster. Yeah,
This
and
could
then
be
like
done.
making it out of foam and stuff like that.
It could be done.
We got it.
Maybe
we
not
got it.
animatronics or something like that. Like I kind of want it to be like old school old school Godzilla suit with doesn't even need to have like animatronics. It'd be cool if I could, or maybe like have something where you squeeze this side and it like closes the eyes, and squeeze this side and then like it opens and closes the mouth. That would be all I would need, you know.
Mhm.
And then like maybe turn head or something.
Yeah.
Well, no, because you can't do that because then you don't have. I don't know. We'll figure
You'll
something
figure
out.
out the problems. once
Yeah,
we
we'll
get
figure
there.
something
Well,
out.
we'll have someone remote on set that controls the eyes and
Yeah,
mouth
there
for
you
you.
But that's kind of my like pipe dream thing.
I've been seeing a lot of cosplayers do like Gundams and Megazord suits.
I saw
That
somebody
would
do
be
a Space Marine suit at that convention too.
Yeah.
It seems like a lot of work, but there is some interesting things.
I mean, if you're
people can do.
passionate enough for it, you can get it done.
Get in touch with Jake Paul. He's got a robot walking
Oh
around.
god.
He's got his own robot, yeah.
Yeah,
got a robot walking around.
That's a fun question. If you could get like a crazy guest on here besides very, very, very small Twitch streamer, like if you could get Jake Paul on here, would you get Jake Paul on the ShinoBroz podcast?
No, I don't even want to be in the same room.
I want to talk to Mike Tyson. Just the crazy stuff he says, I find it all fascinating. I'm like, are you on shrooms all the time? Or, yeah, that's another thing. He takes a lot of shrooms.
He does.
Oh yeah,
So I wonder if he was under the influence in the fight too or not.
I don't know.
I
He
believe
looked
it.
like he was zoned out.
That's what shrooms do to you.
Zoned
No,
in
he
or
was
zoned
locked
out?
in.
Locked in?
Walking down, he was so locked in.
Zoned out and locked in. There's a very fine line in between them.
I wonder if it's like
Yeah.
contemplating if he would back on Mike and versus Jake again. But I wonder if he was like contemplating. It's like the contract says I can't knock him out, but maybe I should. He was just like contemplating in his head, like, do I knock him out or do I not, or do I just?
I want to knock him out, but
Do you think
contract says-
other than Tyson, do you think there's any kind of crazy guest that you want to have on here? Because I think a lot of times,
I
especially
just
for
want Kanye.
you want Kanye on here. Wow, that's a
Maybe.
brave one. That's a brave one. You think we're gonna say some wild things? You're gonna hear some wild things.
We
You
get
get
Kanye
You
on
don't say some
here?
anti-Semitic stuff.
if we get Kanye on here, we have to have AG on here also.
Oh, oh, AG and Kanye in the same room would be
All right,
wild.
all right,
Yeah.
all right. Someone cool.
AG,
someone
if you're
chill.
listening, let us know in the comments.
Keanu.
Keanu Reeves.
Yeah.
That'd be
I
interesting.
want to give him a hug.
I feel like he would do it, honestly.
Steve from Blue's Clues.
Steve from Blue's Clues, yeah, that'd be nice.
So,
Any? Are these your dream guests though?
No,
These
my
aren't your-
dream guest killed himself. So
True, yeah.
rest in peace, Jason David Frank.
They're because I was thinking of like people we could get
Should I bleep that?
versus.
That wasn't supposed to be a joke.
No, it's definitely not a joke coming from you.
no.
I'm
Big,
surprised you're
Jason
not
David
in
Frank
tears right now.
Fans influenced both of us in different ways.
I should have rephrased that better. I should have just said that. All right, I take it back.
It's fine.
But
I think I mentioned it in our chat before. There is if you don't mind shouting out a smaller but growing creator, but there was a fitness influencer that I followed. So a little backstory there. When I was coming up with a lot of it, I used to follow a lot of male fitness influencers, Mr. Olympias and all that. Sad part, a lot of them died.
Yeah.
Whether it be from one thing or another. But to counteract that, because I used to open up my Instagram and realize there was a lot of flexing men on there, I was like, you know what, I should probably follow some ladies too.
I thought you were going to say, to counteract that, I'm going to stay alive.
No. Well, hopefully. But, no, so I started following some female fitness influencers, and one of them I followed was a up-and-coming girl named Eliza Tess. And she was somebody who was cool and was also a type 1 diabetic. Mm-hmm. When I got diagnosed with my type 1 diabetes, I spent 5 days in the hospital, was in very, very terrible shape, and I was like, yeah, I really hope I can get back in shape and still do things I want to do. So I messaged her, and this was many years ago. She actually did reply, had big conversations with her. She talked about everything with it. And as of late, she's gotten very, very popular and was even on one of Bradley Martin's videos. She's just like, she's I think at, well, almost like at 1 million followers now. But, no, almost at 30,000 followers. Climbing there a lot. But when I saw that, I was like, you know what? I haven't messaged her in a while. I messaged her again just yesterday. She still replied, still remembered me, still had a casual conversation. So I think she's somebody who deserves to get famous and would be very cool to have on this podcast too if we ever get to that point.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
When you say guess, I want to have someone that I could have a conversation with, not just be starstruck. So like,
I think she would be somebody you could have a genuine conversation with.
Yeah, so like easy celebrities that The Rock. If he
I'd be starstruck with The Rock.
Yeah, so
although you would have to get Samson here if you got The Rock on here.
See, here's the thing. I don't think I could talk to him about anything though. I think it would be a boring conversation. However, it was like Jason Day and Frank, we can go talk about. I was like, I want to know what happens behind the scenes. I want to know what your interaction with these cast members.
Do you get starstruck? Actually, you kind of did with
Jason Day and Frank. I did. But I know enough about.
Your brother messed it up. Your brother.
I don't want to talk about it.
Messed up the morphin time.
I got a little bit starstruck, but almost in a different way with Peter Cullen, the voice of Optimus Prime, because I got one of his signatures on a Magic the Gathering card, but I'd already know I had to wait in line to go see him a long time, and I'd already known that he had to skip lunch to deal with his line. He just stayed there and he was very good and dealing with people, interacting with them. Yeah. By the time I finally got to him, the dude's very, very old. He's in his 80s. I felt bad that he had to stay there and be that long and deal with all these people. So I was just like, hey man, yeah, it's really nice to meet you. Shook his hand. He's a very, very nice guy. Got him to sign my card, and I just didn't even bug him too much. I was like, let me just get out the way. Let me be the guy who's not a pain in your tail, and moved on.
No, yeah.
I would say, I don't know if you could call that starstruck or just overthinking it, but at that point,
That's not necessarily starstruck.
That's
like being considerate to him.
I felt like I almost had no interaction with him because of it.
Yeah. Starstruck, I would be.
You drooling from the mouth, just looking at them, staring at them, hard eyes.
I won't lie, I did get pretty hyped because there was a kid in front of me that got some Optimus Prime toy signed for him and did a quote to him, and then Peter Cullen resaid that quote in Optimus Prime's voice right in front of me to the kid, and I was like, oh my god, that was so cool. It sounded just like it did in the movies.
Yeah, when you see
sign my card, thank you, it's nice to meet you, really cool dude.
Yeah.
And like, as I was taking my card, he's like, make sure you don't touch that signature, it's gotta dry, take care of it. And he's like, you have something to hold on to it? I'm sure I can find it. I was like, yes sir, I got a sleeve to put it in. Thank you.
That was awesome. You or him?
Me.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
No, he was making sure
that's
that
a little starstruck. Yeah, I could see that.
Or maybe it was just my typical social awkwardness.
Oh, true, yeah.
Because when you do see somebody like that, I'm sure you had this too, is you know that guy, basically. Like, you've seen interviews, you know, he's reacted to different things. You almost know them to an extent. And then you get that realization of, oh, they don't know me at all. But you almost feel like you do know them.
That parasocial relationship.
Yeah.
Now I'm sad.
I've never had.
Because you wanna know what Jason Day said to me last?
What?
I'll see you next time.
Yeah, because you got the birthday wish from him too, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
You
that's
did,
right.
yeah.
He sent me a birthday cameo.
Was that something that you paid for on Cameo or Amaze or something like
Someone
that?
else paid it for me. Or someone else. That was my birthday gift from someone else.
Yeah.
That's badass.
That's
birthday
cool.
gift.
So, yeah, he remembered me. And he said that he looked back on the vlog tube and everything. I was like...
Yeah.
So
He
technically,
put
that was his last...
He put
message to me.
you and your brother in one of his vlogs.
Yeah.
Like,
really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow,
You can go to
it.
his channel. It should
Yeah.
still be up.
It's
Right? They
still
lifted
up,
up. Yeah. You can actually go to his channel and look at like the Steel City Con vlog from a couple years ago.
2016, 17?
Something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know about the year, but he shows up in the vlog.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So,
But you're immortalized on
That's
there now.
cool.
yeah.
Yep.
He was an impressive guy. I know he didn't really get any good fights, but he did try to do some amateur MMA and actually won his first fight very, very quickly.
Yeah.
The guy he fought was absolutely awful, but he was putting in some training.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say he was in the best shape ever, but I mean, for doing it and doing his age, I'd say respect for me at least.
Yeah.
Because one thing, if you're a star, you never really put yourself to that test, but he was that guy. He was
about it.
Power
He was
Ranger.
about that life.
He
Yeah.
was about that martial arts life. Yeah. I know he had. I don't know if you would say. I don't know if it's controversial. I don't think it was, but I know there was an issue when he got older though, because he got sleeves. Like he had a lot of
and
tattoos.
he returned for the one season of Dino Thunder.
And had to have sleeves on all the time.
He had to
long
have sleeves all the time.
so he didn't show the tattoos to the kids and influence them in any way.
Oh no.
Well, he did have a lot. Like they were
Yeah,
full
he was covered.
fluttered
Yeah,
sleeves.
he was covered in tattoos.
Yeah,
But he always put the franchise before him.
he did. Yeah, still can't do his like jump spin back
spin kick.
outside crescent kick. Yeah, that was
Signature.
tricky.
Hey ya!
Oh, his hi-yo is so unique. So that was his starstruck. Did you ever meet any celebrities at your nerd conventions?
I'm trying to think. I've never I met people. They were kind of lower end celebrities though, and I've never really been like. Have you seen Clerks?
I've heard of it, but I haven't seen it.
Okay.
I was going to concerts.
Dante from Clerks.
Maybe if you just met any of them.
I didn't do the meet and greets, but I went to concerts of.
I went to
I met David Draymond once.
actually yeah.
I met Lil
David
Pump
Draymond?
once.
That'd
Yeah.
be cool.
Yeah, he's a lot shorter than you think.
Oh,
he
yeah?
is very, very short.
What'd you say?
I said I met Lil Pump once. Or is it Lil Pump? Yeah, the Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang.
Oh yeah.
I met him at LA airport, LAX.
Oh, so you met him out in the wild?
Yeah.
Like not at a concert.
Yeah, and I walked past and I'm like, is that Lil Pump? I looked over, he's like, he has his little entourage, and I went to his Instagram, and I looked at his story, and he's like, oh yeah, he got the same thing on. I was like, that was Lil Pump. That's crazy.
yeah.
I was at a concert where David Draymond was there to serve as the headliner, and I think he was just either going to the bathroom or getting some food at one of the concessions. And I saw him walking by. Nobody else even really noticed him. He had a bit of an entourage around him, and I was like, "Oh, hey, David Draymond!" Fist bumped him. Only bit realistic with this. Fist bumped him, and I was just like, "Oh, hey." He's like, "Oh, hey, man, good to see you. Glad you're here." And then just carried on. I was like, "Okay." I didn't want to call too much attention because he would have gotten swarmed, but I was like, "Yeah, whatever."
I was at a Rock on the Range one year, and I think it was when Breaking Benjamin had come out with it might have been a new CD. It might have just been a CD that I had or whatever. I think it was whenever the one with Red Cold River came out.
Ember.
Yeah, that one came out.
I love that album. So I've heard that, listened to that one many, many times.
I'm pretty sure it was that one. I had them sign one, and I remember I walked over to them, and they signed and stuff. And I was like, "Hi, how you doing?" Like, big fan, stuff like that. And then I was like, I can't remember his name, but I asked the lead singer. I'm like, "Are you doing okay?" He's like, "Yeah, why?" And I'm like, "Cause your new songs are kind of real sad.
Yeah.
Need a hug?" And he's like, "No, man, I'm doing okay." I'm like, "Okay, just checking."
That's the most Wade interaction you can have. So,
Just checking. I listen to your
yeah,
music a
just-
lot.
just- The new songs are pretty
man
dark.
comes up, he's not starstruck. He's just like, "Hey, man, I'm concerned about your mental health. Are you okay? Are you okay?"
He just goes out to him. it's gonna be okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm
Lead singer starts breaking down.
he's like, I'm
You don't know how much I need
I'm
to
fine,
hear
dude. I'm fine. No, it's gonna be okay. I'm fine. It's gonna be okay. Security.
I can't think of anyone else except for like the guy from Dante from
Clerks.
Clerks.
Yeah.
Yeah. I met him at a convention and no one was really going up to him. And me and my dad were there and we were just talking to him like normal. I forget exactly what it was. It was just like normal everyday conversation and stuff like that. And saying like, you know, loved you in Clerks, saw Clerks 2 and stuff like that. Clerks 2 was awesome. And then we were like, hey, we were going somewhere else, and then we started walking away, and he was like, hey guys, wait a minute. And we're like, what? And he gave us like a little card. I think he might have been doing like either $10 or $20 signatures, and he's like signed them and gave one to me and my dad and was like, there you go, have a good day and stuff like that. And we're like, yeah, cool, thanks. And just walked away.
The convention I went to was just packed with celebrities because it was like part of it. It was a very big convention. One of the other people I met besides Optimus was Dolph Lundgren was there. Do you guys know who that is?
A wrestler?
No, he was the guy who played Ivan Drago in Rocky IV. It was been a bunch of 80s movies.
Oh, I know who.
Was
yeah.
He-Man and Masters of the Universe. Was Punisher in a very old 80s movie also, but did a ton of old ones. It was in Expendables. But a lot of people don't, well, some people know this, but he actually has, I think, a 4th degree black belt in Kyokushin karate also. He is a very, very good, scary karate fighter.
Yeah.
So nobody was really going to see him. I think he was about to walk away. I didn't pay for any signatures or anything, but I went up and spoke with him, shook his hand, and I said, nice to meet you, Sensei Lundgren. Because it was different interaction at that point. For me, my starstruck was karate legend.
Yeah.
And he was pretty chill. Like it wasn't a crazy interaction. It just felt like a guy. He was just like, oh yeah. Like, I was
That's
like,
what they are. They're just humans.
yeah, he was literally just like there was no. He could tell there was no celebrity mindset in him. It was just like he was like, do you mind if I get a photo with you or anything? And he's like, well, they won't let me unless like you buy something here. I'm sorry, I would otherwise. But I'm about to head out. I was like, oh no, I'm glad, appreciate you hearing me out and all that. And it's like, you know, I'm about to get my whatever. I think it was getting my 3rd cue at that point. I was like, just earned it. He's like, oh great, yeah, keep practicing, you know, keep it up, good to see you, glad you came by. And I was like, okay.
One person I want on the podcast that I would be starstruck and can have a good conversation with, Jack Black.
That would be an
I thought you were gonna say Jack Black would be good. He might even do it. He might even.
I mean, all the movies putting out there are going pretty downhill, so maybe you'll need it.
He's making his money. I'll still watch it, but
the thing is, even though the movies that he's been in are bad, he's still like
he's still Jack Black.
He's still having
commits
fun.
To it.
Yeah. No, I thought you were gonna say what's his name? Timothy Delgado.
Tim Chantarantsu. Now.
Oh,
he used to be Timothy Delgado.
Okay.
I like him. I like watching his vlog and stuff, but I don't think me and him would have a good conversation.
Okay.
Is one of those people like I like watching your stuff. I like your content.
Yeah.
But I don't think me and you would be on the same vibe length. I mean, he's a cool person, I'm sure, but I don't think me and him would have a good conversation.
Yeah.
Because I don't think we're there yet. Us personally, I don't think we're there yet to have conversations with other influencers like that. But me personally, being a fan of like Jack Black, Jason David Frank, knowing their content and stuff like very well, I think I could talk to them more than YouTubers.
I feel like that might be why I don't get starstruck, because I don't think of them as like
their personas.
I don't think of them
as celebrities.
As celebrities. Yeah. I feel like they're just regular people that do stuff.
Yeah.
Like they're regular people that do cool things.
I do the same stuff you do. It's just you get more views.
Yeah. You've been doing it longer and you get more money.
Yeah. I think I'm honestly on that page too. Like a lot of people, they'll be like, oh, don't meet your heroes, and usually it's a celebrity or something because they're usually disappointed in that interaction. They're not as excitable and all that. Like, met Optimus, met He-Man. To me, I was just realizing in both cases they've been standing behind a table for hours on end. They're just tired guys, like I would be too. So it wasn't some crazy interaction. I was like, yeah, it makes sense. Nice to meet you there. I've had this interaction.
Yeah.
See, with with celebrities, something like Jack Black, and I'll even include Jason David Frank in that because he was on a very known TV show and he kills that role. I like to talk behind the scenes, like, hey, what happened here and here?
Oh, yeah.
Can you tell me about your interactions with this person, that person? Whereas YouTubers, they make their own content on their platform, their own audience. So it's like, I can see all that already because they usually post like the vlogs and stuff. So I see it. There's nothing for me to really talk to you about there.
Yeah.
So
just regular thing.
yeah, just
Interest,
regular
hobbies.
things. Yeah. So,
Like I'd like to meet. I would like to meet some of my YouTube friends.
yeah, YouTube friends.
Yeah, I'd like to meet some of the YouTubers that I watch,
Yeah, I would like to
but
meet
I
them.
don't think.
You'd be starstruck.
No, I don't think I'd be starstruck.
You couldn't sit
I
down.
don't know
and,
what it would be, huh?
You couldn't sit down and have a podcast with them.
I mean,
I probably could. Some of them.
Yeah,
Game Grumps. I bet they would be a trip.
yeah.
Like, and a lot of people from Smosh, I feel like, are pretty down to earth.
yeah.
And Markiplier I'd like to meet, but he's always the thing that I get with people like that is I'll look at Markiplier and I'm like, I like his personality, I like the things that he does. I feel like he's too busy of a guy to do sit down stuff, or
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I've heard him talk about in interviews that he makes himself so busy that he doesn't even have time for like his friends.
Yeah.
And I mean, he's trying to do more and stuff like that, but it's like, I'd like to meet Markiplier. I'm not going to seek out meeting Markiplier because I know he's like super busy. I know
Yeah.
all of them are super busy pretty much because they all have their own businesses and stuff like that to run. But like, I could meet them and I could have just normal conversations with them and stuff like that. I feel like I don't know yet because I haven't been put in that position, but I feel like, you know,
All it takes is one old tweet.
It's true.
for me or them, anybody.
For him to get canceled, I don't know.
Oh yeah, because I feel like I would talk about like things in like I don't know, just hobbies and interests and
Yeah.
stuff like that, and them as a person rather than I might be like, oh yeah, like your one episode of
A
whatever
conversation,
is
not an interview.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
like I still like a bit that you did is like one of my favorite bits, and like I don't know, your humor kind of shaped my humor a little bit or whatever, and all that stuff like that. But other than that, it's just like, yeah,
So,
So,
everybody out there, keep sharing, liking, and following.
Help us get there.
Help
Yep.
us get there. Help us climb up to that position. Especially if you like the podcast, let your
We're
friends
just-
know about it.
We're just regular dudes.
We'll cringe at ourselves
Just
too.
regular
If you
dudes.
cringe at us, let us know. We'll enjoy the interaction, and the only way for us to improve is to
Everybody has a podcast, you know? It's an audience for everyone. We're just trying to find our
we
audience.
got
right now.
we got to become aware of those things.
Yeah. Well, on that note, we're gonna wrap it up.
already.
Yeah. We're gonna go get some
Taco Bell.
tacos. Tacos. All right.
It's morphin' time.
Follow, like, subscribe, rate, blah blah blah. Follow us on social medias: ShinoBroz, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Peace.